Howdy folks, it is good to have you. Welcome to my OnlyFans page. So the average time for you to reboot your brain off of porn, the answer is 28 days. For most people, 28 days. For some of you guys, depending on how addicted you are, 60 days. Those are not just arbitrary numbers. There's actually brain science behind this. Let me explain why. But first, I'm gonna explain really quick what the addiction scale is. It's a spectrum of addiction. It's self-assessed on a scale of 1 to 10 how addicted to porn you are. We've already established through lots of videos on this channel, it's not a question of are you addicted to porn? Are you an addict? Are you not an addict? The question is how addicted are you? Because guess what? Porn is addictive, masturbation is addictive, therefore you're addicted. So if you've ever noticed that your porn and masturbation habit has escalated over the years, meaning that when you first started watching porn, the content you were watching was kind of tame. The feeling that you had after you masturbated was really kind of disgusted and guilty and shameful. And if you notice that the kind of content you're watching has been escalating, has been changing, has become more graphic and violent, and your feeling after watching porn and masturbating is not so shame-induced, but kind of just okay with it, that means, my friends, you're climbing the addiction scale and you're becoming more addicted to it. But hope is not lost. I have an answer for you. On the 1, 2, 3 end of the spectrum is usually people early on their sexual journey, usually when you're a teenager, if you can recall. It's not really about how frequently you watch porn, but it's more about why you use porn and also how you're feeling after watching porn is. On the tame end of it, the reason you use porn is maybe because you just were intrigued, you saw some content online or in a movie that was really triggery and you kind of just battled it for a while, and then you eventually did act out over maybe many days or many weeks of kind of struggling not to, and then when you did finally act out, you felt really guilty and shamed of it and kind of disgusted in yourself. And at the other extreme of it, there's no real reason why you use porn. You just do it because it's your life. It's how you've made a habit out of it. And if you don't do it every day or every other day, you kind of just feel those withdrawal symptoms and you feel like a certain emptiness, like you're physically empty and something needs to fill it. And your feeling afterwards is not really any remorse or guilt. You kind of just go along with your day or go back to YouTube or Facebook, and you don't really have that intense guilt that you maybe used to feel back when you first started. The reason that this addiction scale is important, most of you guys are probably in the middle from 5, 6, 7, 8. And in that case, it'll take you 28 days to reboot your brain off of porn. This is where the brain magic comes in. So there's a thing called dopamine, right? You've probably heard of it. When you watch porn, when you see Instagram, when you see something triggery at all online, you're producing a small little splash, a little rush, a little hit of dopamine. And basically that dopamine is telling you that this thing that you're doing, this activity of watching porn, is really important for you. It's really important to your survival, and it's anticipating for you to have some kind of sexual activity that is essential to your procreation, your survival. However, the thing is, the porn industry, you, my friends, through your porn habit, have tricked your brain and in your psychology to believe that porn is essential to your survival, but it is actually not. It's further from the truth. It's actually subtracting from your life. It's actually subtracting from your survival. So that's what dopamine is. But the reason that this is important is because that neurotransmitter, dopamine, that chemical, produces a protein called delta phos-B. This is where it gets really interesting. Stay with me on this. Delta phos-B, guys, is really cool and interesting because its only job is to help you, make you go back to the original source of that dopamine so that you don't die, because your body and your brain somehow thinks you're going to die if you don't watch porn. So its job is to get you back to watching porn. And that's what those urges are, to go back to that habit. The interesting thing is when you quit porn, when you go cold turkey, you start this NoFap thing, that delta phos-B will increase in strength for about 1 week, as studies have shown. I'm going to put a link down below if you want to go more into that study. But that delta phos-B protein increases in strength for 1 week after you quit porn. This is why the first week after you quit might be the hardest for you, but that delta phos-B increases and then it levels off for 3 weeks after that. So 4 weeks total, 1 week of it going up and 3 weeks of it total leveling off. And then, guys, it starts to die down. That's 28 days. And that's why, my friends, most people are not able to go more than a month of NoFap, is because they just don't have what it takes to go through that 28-day period. So when that delta phos-B protein has leveled off and decreased, that strong urge that you have to go back to the original source of the dopamine, which is porn in this case, will die off as well. For a lot of you guys, however, 60 days is more realistic, depending on your addiction scale. If you're like the 7, 8, 9, 10 end of the spectrum, then you can expect that delta phosphate protein will stay up there longer, and it'll take longer for your system to reboot, to rewire, to detox off of this porn habit. And guys, if you can go 60 days without porn, you will see the benefits of this NoFap thing. All the videos that you've been watching about the benefits of NoFap and quitting porn, all of that is true, but only if you can get past the initial month and 2 months so that you can actually start living your life and experiencing those benefits. If this video is helpful so far for you guys, I want you to smash the like button because it does help people find the video and it helps out our channel, and apparently, thank you very much. So the next question you might have is, how do you get your brain off this porn thing and actually make this process a lot easier? This video right here is going to be really good for you. It's all about your brain and the porn and how to get yourself off of it. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel because I'm posting multiple videos every single week just for you guys, to keep you guys elevated, motivated to beat porn for good. And if you want to get more personal with me, guys, check out my website, benuyama.com, and see if there's anything for you there. It's good to have you guys. I love you. Take care.